Hello students, welcome to Avision SSC Bank exams. I am Sneha ma'am and today I am back with the continuation of narration. Yes, last Friday, I introduced narration with you for your exams to help you score the maximum marks from your English portion. I am teaching each of the topics one by one with the help of examples, and I've tried to explain you the basic rules and usages of the various kinds of grammar portion. And now we are dealing with narration. Last Friday, we just started off with narration where I spoke about the basic rules and usages of narration, how to convert narration, and what is narration basically. Okay, so I would like to just recapitulate before I move on with this topic today. And today I think I'll be finishing narration. Before finishing, I would like to brush up the last day's topics which I discussed. That was, the basic rules of narration. And what is basically narration? Narration is, have it has various names like reporting, reported speech, direct, indirect speech. So whatever, when we write within the quotation marks about what someone said, their speech, we directly report their speech. That is the direct speech or reporting speech also, and that can be converted into an indirect speech, removing the quotation marks but adding adequate changes in the sentence, so that becomes an indirect speech. And for that, it is, we cannot simply remove the commas and quotation marks and land up with our reported speech. There are certain basic rules which we need to follow in while doing this narration. And from your examination point of view, narration is one of the most important and vital topics, since there are many, almost I've seen 5 to 10 questions each year from narration portion. And I would request students, to all of you, to please scroll down the channel and find the videos on verbs and tenses and the basics of the parts of speech and everything, because there is one thing I've been repeating. I've repeated also in the video for voice, that voice and narration, these are the two topics. And in fact, when we'll be taking up next with our topics like subject verb agreement and other kind of topics also, which are very important for your examination, they are basically dependent, or the basic pillars of these topics are verbs and tense. You cannot do narration, you cannot solve or understand narration without understanding the basics of verbs, modals, tenses, everything. Okay, all these are important. Even while talking about the rules of changing the speech, remember, I first point, I just told that tenses are something which is very important, extremely important. Okay, so acha, yes, let me, yeah, like this simple present, simple past. Yeah, while the reporting speech is given in the present tense, we will always change it to the corresponding past tense. Okay, if it is the simple present, we will do it with the simple past. If it is a present continuous tense, we will do it in the past continuous. Like this is the basic approach for tenses, for dealing with tenses. And don't get confused when you see a lot of tenses there. Whatever present tense will be there, that corresponding past tense you will be changing into. For that also, I have showed you with the help of examples. And regarding the future tense, I have told you many times that modals modals are extremely important, and I have dealt with modals with extra care and emphasis on the video I made with verbs. Okay, so if you haven't checked that out, please do check it out and try to understand whatever problems you're having. All the basic rules and basic examples are given there. And future tense, if it is the direct speech has shall, can, may, will, all this, you would be quickly changing that to should, could, might, would, all these respectively. Okay, I won't be going deep into all the details today because I'm just brushing it up for you to so that it's easy to you to catch up with today's topic. Okay, so that you can understand today's topic easily. Yeah. So, and the last thing which I'll be talking about regarding changing of tense is that some words, some words, they are totally changed. Because there is one important thing I told, that when you are dealing with direct speech, you have to remember that direct speech is always in the present, is talking about the present thing, right? I mean, it's not about the tense of the tense of the sentence. It is not about that. I mean, the speech which is inside the quotation marks, they always give you an idea of the present time. Because, for example, see, when I take an example like the little kid said, I want an ice cream now. When I say this under the quotation marks, I want an ice cream now, what is it doing? It is talking about a present time, right? That the kid wants an ice cream right now. But when we are changing it into indirect speech, can we keep that as now? We cannot. We cannot do that because the time has changed. When we are reporting it, when we are means reported speech, when it is turning into the reported speech, that is turning into an event of the past, and that will be the little kid said that it wanted an ice cream then. From now we will be changing it to then, from here to there, from ago to before, from thus to so, from today to that day. Why? Because no longer we are not talking about the current time anymore in the indirect speech. We do not talk about that, right? Because you can totally understand that we are changing someone's quotation into our words. We are dealing with that. We are not talking about the current time when that person was talking. We are reporting it. That is why these are the changes that you have to, that means, in fact, I would say that there is a pattern. You have to kind of mug it up. You have to remember these words. You cannot do it without that, because these are the one of the most important mistakes. Suppose in your question they don't change tomorrow into the next day, and you think that okay, this is the correct tense and everything, so I will mark this as the correct answer, and immediately you will score 0, because tomorrow is positively changed into the next day. Yesterday is changed into the day before. These are the basic rules which you cannot afford to ignore. Okay, last night to the night before, like this, yesterday, the day before. These are the most important things. Always remember, we talk about the current time when we are quoting inside a direct speech. When we are writing about that in the indirect speech, that time is no longer there. Na? We are not talking about that current situation. That is why we are changing those words. All of you, like for example, take this sentence. The teacher said, all of you must bring maps tomorrow. The teacher asked us to bring maps that day. The next day, actually. Okay. The next day. Yeah. The teacher asked us to bring maps the next day. Because when we are quoting, all of you must bring maps tomorrow, that is a current speech which the teacher said. And in the indirect speech, that is no longer a current speech. The logic is simple. That is why we are changing tomorrow into the next day, tonight into that night. He said that he was glad to be present there that night. The meaning is same, tense is changed, but if you keep tonight into tonight, that will be totally wrong in direct speech and he will score a big zero. So tonight has to be changed into that night. Okay. Now, to move on to today's topic, I will be starting with questions, requests, and wishes. Okay. Now, what is so important about this? You must have seen in your exam questions that all the narration questions, whatever you are asked, all of them are not sentences, right? I mean, normal statement sentences, they are not that, which is also called an imperative sentence actually, or assertive sentence. Yeah, the normal statements which are usually made, like for example, whatever the examples we said, teacher said bring your maps tomorrow, so this is a normal imperative sentence, this is a statement. But all the questions won't be like that. Some questions will be, he said to me, what are you doing? Right. So how to deal with these kind of questions? How would you change the narration? Will you write, he asked me that what was I doing? No. There has to be a particular order, and there are certain important words which you have to use. And also you can't repeat each and every word in any situation. You can't write, he inquired to me what I was doing. That will be not acceptable actually, because we use different words for different situations. Okay, so these are the little things which you have to keep in mind about narration. Please do check out last narration video and then start studying this video, because otherwise there will be problem. You need to understand the basics first, using words like asked, enquired, inquired. Okay, enquired, inquired, there is a difference. There is kind of difference in that. If there is a question without any interrogative word, we use whether. We will use whether. And what is an interrogative word? What is the meaning of interrogative? Interrogative comes from interrogation. Yeah, and interrogation means what? Asking question. But don't mix it up with the official use of interrogation that is actually used when we talk about some official investigative question and answer, right? For example, someone is being questioned by a police, so that will be the right time to use interrogation. Interrogation is for that, but in grammar sense, question words are called interrogative words. And what are the question words usually? What, right? WH words, whatever you have learned. What, who, how, when, right? These are the four interrogative words. Question words. If you don't remember interrogative, let it be, make it make it question words. Understand by that. But when there is not a question word present, yet it is a question, because we can ask questions without using a what, who, how, and when. For example, I'm asking, do you want coffee or tea? So this is a question, right? I've asked you a question that do you want coffee or tea? What do you want? But I have not used a single WH words here. I've said, do you like coffee or tea? Would you like fish or chicken for lunch? Whatever. So I have not used a question word, yet it is a question. For these sentences, we will be using, let me write an S here. We will be using whether, this word whether, and the tense changing rule will be the same. I will read through each example and explain whatever, why it has happened like that. Like for example, asked, first take this point, asked, enquired, and inquired. Out of that inquired, you can almost leave this word, because I would say this is not very common for your exams. This is just for the sake of grammar. Concentrate on asked and inquired. This is most important. Asked and inquired, both of them means asking, but I will tell you the difference, where to ask, where to use asked and where to use inquired. This is very important. What is the difference versus, asked versus inquired? What is the basic difference? Acha, take this first example. He said to me, "What are you doing?" So what is that turning into? He asked me what I was doing. Simple. This is very simple. This first example was very simple. From said directly to asked, because asked will be used in all the basic questions which we ask. What are you doing? Where are you going? When will you come back? What do you will you eat? Asked me. Okay, whatever these basic questions asked me. Asked, I can also write here basic basic QU. Okay, that means basic question asked. Asked will be used for basic questions. But like also, acha, let's read the second example also. Where do you live? Asked the stranger. The stranger asked me where I lived. This is also very simple. And pay tense I am taught will be telling you later. Interrogative word also later. But see here, take the third example. The police asked the boy, "Where is your father?" Eh, just a second. Let me erase this. Okay. Yes, now it's gone. Take this third example where the police asked the boy, "Where is your father?" Here we have used the police inquired from the boy where his father was. Why have we used inquired and not a simple asked? Because this is a police. Because this is a police. Because this is a higher authority. Inquired will be used when we have, I'm giving an arrow over here and writing authority. Okay. If it's a position, if it's someone who belongs to an authority, and what does that mean again? Don't get confused, don't get tense. It simply means that someone who is at a powerful position. A police definitely has a powerful position, but here in the other sentences we just had someone, right? It was a stranger, it was a simple he, we did not know who was that. Only in the third example we knew it was a police. So we have to use inquired, because inquiry is somewhat connected to, important questioning. Important questioning, we usually say Vardad and all. So these are the words usually we say. CBI, some words which are connected to some important questioning, right? Like in the news, you have definitely heard about CBI questioning, CBI inquiry. So you see this word immediately there and connect it with authority. But asked is usually used when we deal with normal questions. Normal questions asked, and inquiry will be for authoritative questioning. I hope that is clear. The next one is, he said, "Would you like coffee or tea?" He asked whether I would prefer tea or coffee. Instead of prefer, you can also write like, or you can keep it as preferred, whatever. The meaning is the same, hence it won't make a difference. He asked whether, and why is it whether? Now we are coming to the use of the word whether. This uh, sorry, the second example, second point I have said, whether we are using because there is no WH words. See, no WH words. Where is it? No, nowhere. I have not used a WH word here. Would is a modal, but yet it is a question. I've asked, he said, would you like tea or coffee? He asked whether I would like tea or coffee. And always remember, whether is used when someone asks about our decision also. Okay, someone asks about about our decision, whatever decision, or asking us that. In the second example also there is a use of whether, yet there is no WH word. So always remember that when there is no interrogative word, we will use a whether. So what are the three basic things? Asked has to be used when we are using a normal question. What are you doing? What are you eating? Someone normal is asking, right? Friend, family, anyone is asking. But when we are questioned by someone who is very important, like police, like a lawyer, like boss, like anyone, it can be anyone related to a powerful position, an authority, that will be there, we can use inquired. And number 3 point, whatever is, what is that, is whether. The use of whether. Whether will be used when we don't have an interrogative word. An interrogative word means WH words. I've already listed that. What, who, how, when. These are the question words. Interrogation means question. Question words are WH words. But when we don't have a WH word, we will use whether. The last example is also very important because the sentence is very large and I would request to pay attention. Do you think you understand better and know more than your father? Asked his angry mother. So, what will it be changed into? His angry mother asked whether he understood better and knew more than his father. Seems simple, right? There is nothing to panic under narration. Just you have to keep in mind some basic rules. Again, we have used a whether. Because see, there is no question words. Where is the question word? There is no question word here. WH words we aren't using here. Yet we are asking a question. Like the mother is angrily asking that do you think yourself you're smarter? So this is a question. In fact, this is a rhetorical question. The obvious answer is no. We don't think ourselves clever than our father, right? But yet this is a question, and for the sake of that, what will be the indirect speech? His angry mother asked whether he understood better and knew more than his father. And also the last thing about tense that I will be saying is, see how the simple present tense being changed into simple past tense. What I was doing, what are you doing? In fact, this is the continuous tense also. CONT, I'm writing it here. Continuous tense, that is changed into past continuous, right? Past, past, CONT. Yeah, past continuous. What I was doing. Where do you live? Ask me where I live. Simple present to simple past. Ask where is your father? Simple present. Where his father was. Simple past. Yeah. Would you like tea coffee? Whether you would prefer tea coffee? Yes. So same thing. The use of modal is also there. If they have used would, you can also use would there. No problem. The basic thing which that needs to be kept in mind is use of asked, inquired, and whether for questions. I hope that is clear. Commands and requests. Okay, the next important portion is commands and requests. That will be, again there will be usage of some new words that are, what are they? Commanded. They are commanded, ordered, and requested, and urged. I will make you explain. I will make you understand each of the usages as I finished saying. And the second is there would be an infinitive. Okay, to. What is an infinitive now? I won't be able to repeat the entire thing on infinitive. I will just tell you that the structure of infinitive is to plus the base form of the verb. Okay, be base form. Base form of a verb. To know more about infinitives, please see the video on verbs. Please do that. Okay. Check out verbs video to know more about infinitives. Till that time, I'll be talking about all the usages of the words. How do you use the words? Okay. Ordered means, when someone is ordering us, go away, do this, bring me water. These are commands, right? These are orders. But commanded is used. There is a slight difference between commanded and ordered. What is that? Commanded will be used if it's some position of force, the police, the army. These are the people who can command us. Otherwise, others can only order us. The teacher can order us. The teacher can also command us. It depends on whatever is written in the direct speech, right? There is no hard and fast rule about commanded and ordered. That you have to decide on your own, that who is this person who is talking and what is the person saying. These are the two things on which this will depend, how whether to use order or whether to use commanded. But requests is simple, that you can read and understand, because there is a use of please there. Okay, please wait here, please can I please take your computer, can I please use your phone, can I please make a phone call from your computer, from your phone. These are the usual sentences, right? Requests. There is a compulsory use of please there. And urged means someone who is urging you to do something. They are almost forcing you to do something. Urging is forcing. We will be dealing with the examples, and then I'll be telling the situation why we used that there. Rama said to Arjun, go away. Rama ordered Arjun to go away. Rama is ordering Arjun to go away. That is why if you have to compulsorily use this word ordered, because remember, this word ordered here is doing the work of a verb, right? What is the function of Rama? Means if you forget about narration, just concentrate on the part of speech. Rama is the subject, ordered is the verb, Arjun is the object, right? To go away. To go away is, to go is the infinitive, right? Inf. 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 Infinitive. And away is adverb. See, I've totally broken down the sentence for you to make you understand into the various parts of speech. Subject, verb, object, infinitive, adverb. This is the structure. And a lot depends on the verb. Almost the entire meaning of the sentence will depend upon the verb. If you imagine you didn't use the word ordered, you write Rama said Arjun to go away. Rama asked Arjun to go away. If you use Rama asked Arjun to go away, the meaning will totally change. You know, the meaning will change itself. And it will seem that Rama actually asked. But asked we use only for question sentences, right? If it was Rama said to Arjun, can you go away? That will be Rama asked Arjun if he could go away. See and understand the difference. That will be a question sentence. But when Rama is saying that Rama said to Arjun, go away. Simple, go away, two words. That will be ordered. This is doing the work of a verb, and that is very important. The entire meaning is standing on the pillar of the verb. That is why you have to remember what words to use in which sentence, where to use said, where to use told, where to use asked, inquired, commanded, ordered, requested, urged, anything, whatever be the verb, what should be used in which kind of sentence. That knowledge is most important. Said and told, I have already told you about the use. That was in the first narration video. That was only related to, normal sentences like the usual ones. That was not a question, that I will be doing this, I will be coming to your house. Rama said to Arjun, I will be coming to your house. So Rama told Arjun that he will be going to his house, right? This is a normal statement. But when we are shifting to a question, we immediately use asked. If it's an authoritative person, we use inquired. If it is someone who is ordering us, this style of talking matters the most. That is why you have to concentrate on whatever is written. Ordered will be used when this kind of thing is said. Go away, bring me fruits, bring me food, go, please come down, all these kind of sentence. Okay, the next one is, he said to her, please wait here until I come back. Now, what is the change here? These are two different kind of sentence. What do you note? Use of please. And you can immediately understand that obviously this is not an order. This is a request. Whatever, when we use please, we request someone, right? So that is normal. He said to her, please wait here until I come back. He requested her to wait there until he came back. So this seems totally simple. Whenever you have please, shift to requested. Okay. Shift to requested whenever you have please, because that is a request. Requested to wait until he came back. Next sentence is, call the first witness, said the judge. The judge commanded them to call the first witness. See, commanded. The verb is commanded. Why? Because it is a judge. Because the subject is a judge. Judge, verb, them is the object. To call. To call is the infinitive. And the first witness is the second object, actually. Okay, this is the them is the main object, the first witness is the second object. That is an object only. But the importance has to be on the verb. What kind of word will you use? Why have we used commanded here? Because this is a judge that who is talking. A judge is someone who has a position, an honorable position and authority. That person has an authority. That is not some Rama Arjun talking among themselves, go away. Okay, that is a judge. That is important. So that is why we have used commanded them to call the first witness. Next is, he said, be quiet and listen to me carefully. He urged them to be quiet and listen to them carefully. Urged. Why? Because this person is actually forcing. This actually and listen to him. That is why. The last example is, teacher said, those who do not carry your books, go out of the class. So the teacher ordered those who did not carry their books to go out of the class. Normal. We have not used commanded over here. Because see, a teacher order also, but as I said, it will depend a lot on whatever it is being asked, right? In the C example, call the first witness. So it's a kind of command only, call the first witness. So it's a this is an instruction. I can only instruct and order you. I can't command you. This is most important. If any one of you are listening to this video, and whoever will be listening to the video later on also, please try to understand this. Try to realize this, whatever I just said right now. I, who am teaching, who is teaching you right now this English topic, I can order you to follow the rules. I can instruct you. I can't command you. There is a difference, very slight difference between command and order. Okay? And that depends on who is talking, what is the person talking. This number E sentence, this is definitely not a command. A command is a high order. A command has more weight. But an order is an instruction. Right. Those who did not carry your books to go out of the class. This is an instruction. This is an order which I am making, suppose, for example. Anyone, any other teacher is making. So that is different. Those who did not carry their books to go out of the class. So these are the small things which you have to remember. Said and told, I am once again repeating. Said and told only for statements. Asked, inquired for questions where there is a difference, because asked means normal questions, and means someone who is a normal person, some friend, some family. But inquired is again an authority. Only a police can inquire, CBI can inquire, anyone who is, a position, they are an organization, they are a high authority, only they can inquire us. Inquire is always official. That also you have to remember. Our family and friends won't inquire us, usually they don't. Okay, they can only ask us, but the inquiring always has a sense of something formal, something official. And the other words are what? Commanded, and commands and requests. Right? Commands and requests. Requested only for please. Wherever you have a please, you have to use requested. When you see someone very powerful giving an order, that is a command that has a weight inside that. And if it's someone who is a teacher, that's an instruction, that will be order. And yeah, the next most important thing is the use of infinitive. What is that? To and the base verb. To plus base verb. Each of these sentences, these you can see here has to. To plus the verb. And to know more about infinitives, please check out verb video. Ordered Arjun to go away. Requested her to wait there. Uh, to wait. See, I'll just encircle the infinitives. INF. INF. To call. To call is the infinitive. To be quiet. To go out of the class. To go out. All these are infinitives. Commands and request has infinitives. The last thing which I will tell is exclamation and wishes. And what is that? What do you mean by exclamation? When we say, oh my god, I have passed the exam. When you get your results, those of you who get excellent marks and pass in your exams, what will be your reaction? Oh my god, I passed my exams, right? This will be your first initial expression. This is an exclamation. Again, if someone is there who couldn't pass, they will say, oh my god, I could not pass the exam. This is also an exclamation, but with sadness. Exclamation in short is related to emotion. It will express an emotion, okay? And excitement also. Excited emotion, you can say. Excited. Okay. OMG, I won. OMG, I lost. Whatever has to be the emotion, it will be excited. E X I E X C I T E D. This is excited. wished, to express a wish. Oh my god, I wish I could do this. And wished, may God bless you. This is usually a wish. As I wish you all the best, may God wish you. These are the wishes. Acha. And applauded, what is applauded? That means to cheer. That means after we won something, after we achieved something, we are applauding, right? So those are the exclamation and wishes. And how are they written? He said, "Alas, I could not pass the exam." He exclaimed sadly that he could not pass the exam. Here comes in the importance of an adverb. Okay, see, note this, because often I've seen students ignoring adverbs. They think adverbs doesn't do any work and they are just ly words, but that is not right. Verb here is important, but adverb is important in order to qualify this verb, in order to tell you more about this verb. If the sentence would be, he said, "Oh my god, I passed the exam." What will it be? He exclaimed excitedly that he passed the exam, or he exclaimed happily that he passed the exam, right? We have to tell something more about the verb, because exclaimed means, as I said, to express an emotion. But emotion is not a single emotion. Emotions, there are many emotions. It can be a happy, sad, angry, excited, anything. And what is the shade of that, that will be determined by your adverb. That is why you have to choose that carefully. These I'm telling you, not in order not to not to make you, gulp down the rules, but so that you pay attention to each of the elements in the sentence which are written. When you will be asked to select the correct sentence, or error detection, or correct sentence, whichever, they will give you the direct speech in the question or indirect speech in the question, and they will be giving you four options for indirect or direct speech as the conversion. Now out of that, when you have to select the correct one, you will have to know, right, whatever the correct usages of the words are like. So that is why this adverb here is important, the verb is important, everything is important. What role are they playing, that you have to definitely know. The second example is, the team said, "Bravo, we won." Okay. Now, what will it be? The team applauded. Why? Not exclaimed, but applauded. Why? Because applauded means to cheer. Cheered. And who do we cheer? After we achieved something, after we won something, right? We do that. After we win something, we will cheer ourselves. The team applauded and said that they won. Number C is, oh, help me God, I will never steal again. OMG, this is a thief again, cried the thief. The thief prayed for God's help and exclaimed that he would never steal again. See, this sentence is kind of important, I can say, because this can't be directly converted one to one. See, everything, for every example of sentence, kinds of sentence, you can't expect a one-to-one conversion, right? You can't expect each sentence to be like, asked me, said, where are you going? He asked me where I was going. This is a very simple conversion. But take this example, "Oh, help me God, I will never steal again," cried the thief. This is a kind of complex thing, right? And you definitely have to introduce some words in order to emphasize the meaning of that. Here, actually, what is the thief doing? The thief is praying for forgiveness, right? Or for God's help, actually. So that entire thing you have to convey in the indirect speech. The thief prayed for God's help and exclaimed that he would never steal again. And exclaimed also has to be there, because firstly, this is an exclamation mark. Okay. What is the, why are we using this? This is an exclamation mark. This is the most important mark of an exclamation. Okay. These are the basic things. So again, to quickly again repeat whatever I told today, and for Recapitulating all the rules once again, tense has to be kept in mind, use of modals has to be kept in mind, and changing some words like now, yesterday, tomorrow, last night, tonight, these. Okay. For detailed explanation, please refer to the previous narration video. For today's for today, we learned whatever the different kinds of sentences, how to convert that indirect speech. For questions, always remember asked and inquired. For official purpose, inquired. Someone who is of a higher authority, inquired. But when we use normal people asking us, asked. Okay. Commands and requests and everything. Commands only for higher people. Okay, like a judge, like some army person, they can command us. A teacher usually does not command. A teacher can order you. There is a difference between order and command. A command is a very strong order, okay, and a normal order is a instruction kind of thing. These are the two things. Requests for please. When there is a please in the direct speech, you will use requested. And the last kind of sentence is exclamation and wishes. Exclaimed means to express an emotion, and that can be anything, usually an excited emotion. For that, you have to carefully use the adverb. For that, you have to use the adverb. Okay? Adverb will define your verb. What is the manner of his exclamation? That is why. Applauded for cheered. Applauded for cheered, and wished to express a wish or bless also. Okay, wish, let me add here, wish and blessings. These are the usual things that you need to keep in mind. Okay, I'll just read through the examples, whatever. There are some solved examples. The Swami, bring me a glass of milk, said the Swami to the villagers. The Swami asked the villagers to bring him a glass of milk. See, to bring, infinitive. Okay, these are the important things, and this is asked. They, because he has asked, they asked him to get him a glass of milk. Asked the villager to bring him a glass of milk. Or often, if it can also be ordered. Ordered will also be correct. Ordered and asked. The girl, dear bird, have you come to comfort me in my sorrow? The girl said. The girl asked the bird kindly whether it has come to comfort her in her sorrow. See, asked the bird kindly. This adverb is important. Adverb. The teacher said to the boy, do not read so fast. The teacher asked the boy not to read so fast. He said, alas, our enemies are very strong. He exclaimed sadly and said that their enemies were very strong. Okay, for the teacher example, I am telling, see, do not read so fast is not an order. This is where you have to understand the meaning of what is contained inside the quotation. Do not read so fast is not an order. It is an instruction, right? I'm asking you to do that. Don't do not read so fast, or to practice your questions. This is the manner. This is not an order. This is the difference that you have to understand while reading your sentence. And the last thing is, he said to him, such a lazy boy, how dirtily have you done your work? He rebuked the boy and said that he was a lazy boy and he did his work dirtily. Rebuked the boy means to scold, and this is where you also have to know some important vocabs. Okay, no vocabs. Yes, we will have classes on vocabs also, but that is later on. So these are the way that you have to keep in mind for today I have almost finished talking about most of the usual important sentences that are asked in your exam. If you have to know more about that and understand in detail, please take a book and go through the kinds of examples. First, you can write the basic rules, then you can practice along with examples, and also check out the videos on verbs and tenses positively, because as long as you don't do that, you won't understand a single thing from narration or even voice, because I have recently finished the video on voice. That also you have to check out, because these are all extremely important for your exams. So for today, thank you students. Next we will be taking up a new important topic which will be asked in your exams. So thank you, and check out old videos. Keep practicing, keep learning. Thank you.